Sister Wives' latest news. Christine rebounds from David's humiliating words. Still hope for Kody Brown to reconcile with kids. Kody Brown's ulterior motive for meeting with Mary. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button for more update. Sister Wives. Christine rebounds from David's humiliating words. Sister Wives had a very proud Christine Brown introduce her now husband, but then boyfriend, David Woolley with the TLC cameras for the first time on this week's episode. While she gushed over David, he said something that turned her red. After what he said, if the viewers didn't know the outcome of their relationship in real time, they might think she'd hooked herself on another Kody Brown. Fans thought his words were a bit humiliating. Sister Wives. Christine Brown moves way too fast. While Sister Wives star Christine Brown's cup runneth over in joy, the theme of her moving way too fast starts to emerge. First, it was her kids, all of who like David and are happy for Christine, but think she's on a fast track in this relationship. The two shared the L word just 2 weeks after dating. Many people shy away from public displays of attention. But for Christine, the more PDAs, the better these days. That's because she's happy. So while Christine's kids have their say on mom moving at warp speed, another party is heard from. That's David Woolley, the man she's married to today. But when they filmed these Sister Wives scenes from Sunday's show, it was early during their dating period. David Woolley gets Christine Brown blushing. Sister Wives celeb Christine Brown was non-stop gushing about David this week. But at one point, David's words sounded like something that Kody might say to some fans. He called her aggressive when wanting a kiss, but he didn't stop there. He topped it off by calling her desperate for some affection. If fans didn't know all they know about David Woolley today, they might have thought Christine Brown snagged herself another Kody Brown. But she didn't, as fans now see David as the polar opposite. Sister Wives. David's words misconstrued? On Sunday's Sister Wives episode, David Woolley turned to Christine Brown and said she was desperate when it came to him kissing her. He wasn't calling her a desperate woman, but rehashing something she likely told him off camera. David used the word desperate to describe why she was so aggressive. He wasn't dissing Christine. He seemed to understand the way Kody Brown treated her. It left her desperate for attention. So while it might have sounded like a slam, it probably wasn't. In the screenshot below, David tells Christine she was aggressive in the kissing department. He also noted that she was desperate for some affection. But he likely meant that he understood because this was lacking in her Sister Wives marriage. Either way, David Woolley seemed to stop Christine Brown in her tracks once he said that. She looked embarrassed as she blushed, but she pulled herself out of that quickly. Christine hesitated, put her hand on her head, and agreed with David. she said, quickly adding that she was desperate for affection, but she stressed it was only from him. So, there you have it. While it sounded a bit peculiar, it's likely David Woolley was only rehashing Christine's desperation after coming out of a loveless marriage. Sister Wives still hope for Kody Brown to reconcile with kids? Kody Brown is not a good head of his household. He has favorites, which has created fractures within his family. In particular, this has affected his relationship with his children. Kody is estranged from many of his kids. The father of 18 is oblivious to the pain and suffering he has caused his family. Kody has expressed that he is waiting for the children to apologize to him before he considers reconciliation. However, it should be the other way around. Gabe Brown shares his father's shortcomings. Gabe was candid about the situation with his father. Kody Brown tried to kick his teenage sons out of the house during the COVID-19 pandemic, including Gabe. Janelle Brown stepped in before that could happen. The relationship with Kody and Gabe has been strained ever since. Gabe talks to his mother Janella about a recent text exchange between himself and his father. Gabe said, "Dad hit me up. It was strange because he was like, 'Hey, I miss you.' And then he was like, he kept phrasing it like I owed him an apology. He continued, eventually I was just like, hey, unless you're actually ready to have a relationship and fix things, then we're not going to talk anymore." He came back a couple of days later and texted me. He's like, "Hey, I've been thinking about what you've been saying. I forgive you, please forgive me." I was like, forgive me for what? What's going on here? Kody doesn't understand that he is the responsible party for the rift between himself and Gabe. Hopefully, he comes to this realization so the relationship can be repaired. Kody Brown refuses to be accountable. Kody Brown doesn't understand why his father refuses to take accountability for his actions. He shared with his mother Janelle, "I told Dad that if he doesn't change and he can't take accountability, then I just won't ever see him again. And I'm perfectly okay with that." Most of the Brown children have made the same decision as Gabe, and this is because Kody's behavior towards the children is not acceptable. Janelle Brown chimed in with what she thought it would take for Kody to reconcile with the children. She said that she doesn't know what it would take at this point to get things back to normal. Janelle shared that the children are so busy, and they're starting to spread out across the country. Gabe Brown replied to his mom, "I think it would take Dad really setting things straight, and I think that that would take an act of God." Janelle has always taken the side of her children. She said their dad had been expressing things to them just off the cuff about, he wished that he would have waited and just married Robin. "I don't know what Dad says that to their kids, but my kids have many stories like that." Janelle is protective of her kids when it comes to their relationship with their father. This is because Kody is not aware of how he is hurting his own children. Kody Brown can still redeem himself. Kody still can reconcile with his children, but he needs to take accountability for his actions. Everyone makes mistakes, and Kody needs to own up to his. For reconciliation to take place, Kody needs to apologize for what he has done. If he were to admit his faults, some of his children would be open to fixing the relationship. The problem is that Kody has chosen to do the opposite. He expects the children to take responsibility for the damage that Kody caused. He frequently gaslights and manipulates his children to serve his narrative. If Kody Brown does not change his ways, he will end up alone and miserable. His family is not going to stick around if he doesn't change his behavior and apologize. Do you think Kody Brown will own up to the damage and destruction he has caused? This is the only way he will be able to heal the relationships with his children. Let us know what you think in the comments. Sister Wives: Kody Brown's ulterior motive for meeting with Mary? As Sister Wives Season 19 continues, viewers have very strong opinions on Kody Brown's uncouth behavior. Kody and Mary have had plenty of tense conversations since Sister Wives premiered in 2010, but some believe the one from Sunday's episode takes the cake. Did he have ulterior motives for meeting with his first wife? Fans hated Kody Brown's demeanor while talking with Mary. During Sunday night's episode, Kody and Mary sat down for a tense conversation. It didn't seem to be particularly productive. Kody said cruel things to Mary as he typically does, insisting he never loved her. However, fans were incredibly proud of Mary when she finished the conversation by telling Kody it was a shame he never saw what a great person she was. Overall, fans thought it was an odd encounter and didn't paint Kody Brown in the best light. That unhinged Kody/Mary conversation, a Sister Wives viewer shared on Reddit. "I'm really not trying to be harsh or snarky, but Kody is clearly not mentally well, and it's been evident for a while. But I know his erratic conversation with Mary in the latest episode is one of the most blatant displays we've seen of how unhinged he's become." The OP went on to allege that Kody was completely incoherent during the episode. They cited specific instances, including Kody being angry over marrying Mary in the first place, but also being angry about her asking for a release from the church. You are currently viewing a placeholder content from default. To access the actual content, click the button below. Please note that doing so will share data with third-party providers. It's just baffling, the OP continued. "I do believe he's sincere when he says he regrets how messy his splits with Christine and Janelle were and how those relationships have deteriorated. But it's far too late for him to try to repair anything with Mary. If that was his goal in this conversation, he did a piss-poor job of it." Sister Wives viewers offer their own opinions. Other Redditors agreed the conversation was incredibly manipulative. Most insinuated that Kody wasn't interested in talking with Mary. He simply wanted to make himself look good on camera. Reddit users wrote, "He only wanted this meetup to save face and get her to admit he didn't abandon her, that it was equal. To me, his mania is simple. He doesn't want Mary, but he needs Mary to want him. He doesn't get how appalling it is to keep repeating that he never loved his wives before Robin. He thinks it helps his case somehow." The way Mary kept looking at the crew in shock leads me to believe there were even more unhinged comments he was tossing out there. What did you think about Sunday night's episode of Sister Wives? Do you agree with what other Reddit users had to say? Be sure to leave your own thoughts in the comments. Catch the new episode of Season 19 this Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on TLC. Follow these channel online and never miss a story on the Brown family. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.